Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good evening so far. We're gonna kick things off with Genshin Impact tonight. Hello, Boba Mocha. How you doing? So I was doing the Sigewinne story quest a few days ago, but I didn't actually get to the very end of it, because I then kind of got off on the event that's going on right now. Yeah, this double blaster event. So I'm done with that event now. So I figured let's just go ahead and finish off the story quests now, and then we can pick up Chaos Child a little later.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Wait, why did the... Oh, okay. Let's see, yeah, we're still... Oh, I haven't done this yet. Okay. Alright. And this, I mean, there's probably not that much left in the quest, so I mean, we could be done with this here in just a couple minutes, honestly. I'm not sure, but... Yeah, if it's like just a few minutes, then I might actually just throw some Celeste in there too. Oh, I didn't...
Neverlet and Risley, they're here too!
Good to see you, traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you?
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
Hmm? Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional support, being there for them at the right time
Cameron.
and place is of the utmost importance.
How
After
you
reading
doing
the
tonight?
Maréchal Phantom's reports, I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Neuvillette shows that he cares. We're both here for the same purpose, actually, to accompany Sigewinne as she pays her respects to her late teacher.
So the old friend she mentioned was her teacher then? The witch? Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only 'cause Sigewinne calls her that all the time, so...
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed. In fact, I believe Sigewinne would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken of this doctor on many occasions, and it sounds like she was a truly generous individual. In those days, many people harbored prejudices against Melusines. She was the only teacher willing to take Sigewinne on as a student.
Wow. It's really nice of you two to be here for Sigewinne. Guess you guys really look out for your younger colleagues, huh?
Younger colleague? Well, that might be true for the Udex, but I'm not sure I can say the same. Sigewinne served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago, and after she did her time, she decided to stick around. She's been an integral part of our administration ever since. Strictly speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than most people in the fortress, myself included. Pretty sure that makes me the younger colleague.
She served a sentence?
She committed a crime?
Yes. Long before I became Udex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human. Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns. But now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy, a way for Egeria to ensure that her people would remain insulated from the truth, thus enabling them to lead more straightforward, happier lives.
Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Sigewinne had her reasons for choosing to obtain a human form, but the act was nonetheless in clear violation of the law.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Sigewinne does not object to her close friends learning about her history. In fact, I first learned of it myself because she confessed the truth to me of her own volition.
Even with their daughter so ill, they kicked you out? Stubborn as always. And prejudice isn't a disease I can cure either. Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to save everyone in Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you...
I discovered a strange disease, one I suspect that every Fontainian suffers from. But without witnesses or proof, no one will believe me. I had no choice but to experiment on myself to find a cure, but I hit a wall. And as you can see, it took a wretched toll on me.
Then I'll find a cure for you, and then you can go cure her.
There's no need. I am beyond saving now. There's nothing you can do.
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know, but they don't trust me at all.
That girl. She's your first ever patient, isn't she? Tell me, what cost are you willing to bear to see her cured?
I'll do whatever it takes.
Even if it means breaking the law and being punished for it?
As long as I don't hurt anyone. Yes.
Spoken like a true student of mine. Then I shall make one more final gamble. And see my experiment through to its end. Leave me for now, and come back in 2 hours. If I am able to work this miracle, then I will have found a way to save all Fontainians, and I shall be able to help you treat that girl. If not, then it means there is one more disease in this world that I cannot treat. In that case, do not come looking for me. I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of this strange disease. It has little use, but it will at least help you cure this one patient you can reach.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred. She found a potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current form, breaking Fontaine's law in the process. And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
Her teacher sacrificed herself.
I fear Sigewinne only understood the full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontainians was uncovered. When I reflected on all this with that knowledge in hand, I felt a deep sense of regret. As I use the law to uphold justice, there are times when I cannot help but acknowledge its ruthlessness. After the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation came to light, I checked several sources and, thankfully, the legal code does not require Sigewinne to shoulder any additional punishment.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you here, I imagine she intends to speak of these matters with you, no?
Hold on, I will be right back. I gotta grab the water that I left out there real quick. Okay.
You're here. The old friend I mentioned was my teacher. When she passed, her body was nowhere to be found. All that's left of her is an empty tomb. And even that's deep underwater now. Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic potion, she was your teacher, wasn't she? Sounds like Monsieur Neuvillette filled you in. After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh? Well, to be honest, after I realized what really happened that night, my first thought was that it kind of made sense. It seemed exactly like the sort of thing she would do. But she was planning to sacrifice herself and never told you. That's just who she was. If lying is what it took to get a kid to take their medicine, then that's what she'd do.
A truly great doctor.
All right, but why did you turn yourself in? I broke the law, simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made mine. True. It's just the way Potton framed it when he was asking you all those questions, it made Paimon really mad. You're not like him at all, and everything Neuvillette said confirms that. And yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison. It just feels so unfair. Unfair? I happen to think just the opposite. If I hadn't served that time, I'm not sure I would have been able to stay strong when he was questioning me. What makes you say that? I knew you'd be curious. Let me tell you a story. The verdict came down. This Melusine is guilty. Deudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melusine's medical kit. And so, the Fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor. She still wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melusine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, Why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melazine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sigewinne, and you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years. I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melazine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melazine? I remember the warmth of your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sigewinne. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melazines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but thank you, Dr. Melazine.
Now that's an ending Paimon can get behind.
After hearing everything Potten said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like on the outside. But it was too late. The warmth in his palm had already disappeared. I tried to treat him, but the roots of his problem had nothing to do with his face.
No need to feel too bad for him.
I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you being here for me while I talk this through.
Oh, it's nothing. Our pleasure.
Oh, there's one more reason I invited you here. It's about time I finally give you what I promised. In order to restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Marechaussee Phantom gave me special permission to make a few bottles of that potion. And I made one extra just for you two.
We don't need it though. Shouldn't we destroy it?
Well, even if you chose to destroy it, I still thought I should give it to you first. You two did so much for me. How could I break my promise?
Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in this stuff anymore. Still, if this is the very last bottle in all of Teyvat, getting rid of it would feel like kind of a waste. Maybe we can give it a special meaning somehow. Oh, Paimon's got it! Melazine physiology wasn't affected by the Great Flood, right? So that means the potion should have a permanent effect on you. In that case, what do you say, Sigewinne? Ever thought about transforming back to the way you used to look? After all, from a Melazine point of view, Paimon bets Melazines look the cutest of all.
Paimon.
Paimon, after everything, do you really think it matters whether I'm Melazine or a human?
Well, what was Paimon thinking? You made up your mind a long time ago. Yeah, let's just destroy this thing.
Leave it to me.
Alright, that's the end of the quest. Oh. Would you look at that? We still got a little bit more left before we get all the encounter points for the day. Okay. Well, I think I have... Yeah, I do have a world quest here I could do. Let's see here. Wait, how do I get here? Hmm. Oh, I think. Okay, yeah, I think. Hold on. Shit. I think I know what I need to do. Yeah. I need to go to this waypoint and then. Yeah, I think I know how to get there.
Take it easy.
Oh, I think I actually kind of started this quest and then I didn't finish it or whatever. Okay. It says investigate the other.
Take it easy.
Okay, wait, no, this is the one I already did. Okay. So actually I should have gone the other way.
Take it easy.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Everybody stand back!
Everlasting as the moon.
Okay, I'll at least get her healed up. Okay, so what now? There was, I heard, was it this thing? Oh. Don't see any. Whatever. So I gotta, it wants something I don't have. Well. Yeah, nothing over here. Yeah, I can't go that way. Well. Well, let me see. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice this.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
I mean, I see this, but... I see Arlecchino sitting in her... Okay. I guess that's what we want to do. Although all that does is open the Saley. Yeah. We'll have to get rid of this dude.
The birds call. The wind knows me.
Gotcha! Things are about to get dicey. Overruled!
Well, that all there is to this. Okay, still haven't found whatever. Oh. I guess okay, I didn't even notice I had picked that up, so, but okay, whatever. Maybe we'll find something if we follow the light. Wait! What the fuck? I love how this game makes you slide down the fucking side of the cliffs and shit. Fucking annoying, dude. That dude didn't even notice me. Alright, I'm guessing I need another thing for this. Let's see if I can figure this out.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Well, I can't see shit here. Okay. Come on. Oh. What else is there? I don't know what this... Oh, wait, that's the... Okay. It was just sitting there, so then what's the point of this then? Okay, whatever. Yep.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Into the wind.
Quietly now.
Falling leaves. Adorn my night. Laid bare.
Didn't stand a chance. Okay, I guess can't go there, so we'll just go down. Oh, yeah.
One with nature.
I'm going in!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Here comes the catch.
I don't know what good collecting those things does, but I don't know. Oh. Bro, it just sets everything on fire, even. Whatever. Oh, it's just some more Mora. Like I need more Mora. Matter of fact, let me see. Hold on. How much? Oh my god, I actually surpassed 100 million Mora. I didn't even fucking notice when it happened. Yeah, I was wondering if it was gonna stop short of 100 million and just cap it at 99,999,999, but it didn't. It kept going, so I guess next time we'll have to see if it lets you get a billion Mora. Bro, no way. Dude, it would take me like 10 years to save up a billion Mora. Oh. Ugh, excuse me. Oh. I didn't notice this. Wait, it's not letting me do anything. Okay. Wait. Okay. Not sure. Nothing behind. Oh, wait. Read? What am I reading here? Don't care. Hmm. Well, what else is there? I need to...
The wind knows me.
I'm trying to think of what I can do. No. Well, I don't know. Oh, wait a sec. Ah, wow. What? Seriously?
Let's light it up!
One with nature.
Gotcha. Game's up. Time's over. Teamwork is dreamwork!
As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Overruled.
Bruh. That was nothing. Olachino mows through them. Oh, yeah, I guess I was supposed to. I didn't even see what that first line read. Oh no. Malarday's prototypes. How did they end up like this? Did we just do something really bad? That's quite odd. I felt a vibration earlier. Could it just be in your head? It could be because we messed with the device on the upper level. The door here was locked before, right? There were even some clockwork mechas specially guarding it. I gave the guards a break and then opened the door. We didn't have a choice. They attacked us first, so it was legitimate self-defense. Maillarday's prototypes. They should have been in standby mode. After all, even since he scored such a nice spot on Aranes, he hardly ever came back. Now that I think about it, who would want to come back to this damp, dilapidated lab when you could show off your research to an adoring audience in a stunning place like the garden dance floor? After Mr. Bossuet left his post, everyone was scattered throughout the Institute, just like the materials here. Not even a couch was left behind. There should only be the prototypes here, waiting for those who will never return. Normally, they'd just be standing here on standby, and that's no big deal. But now, oh, it's just great. Take a look. They've been beaten so badly that most of the clockwork machinery has fallen out. If Maillarday found out... That was me. Sorry. Sorry, is this prototype expensive? If we have to provide compensation... Relax. I was going to say if Maillarday found out, he would definitely laugh out loud. After all, usually it was him interrupting the dancing of the prototypes, and after he was beaten to the ground, he'd sit there laughing. Oh, I've been talking so much yet I haven't introduced myself. I'm a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. You can call me Sigewinne, and you two are... Paimon's Paimon, and he is Harima. We're, Are there any treasures in here? Oh, you mean like a ruins tour with treasure hunting sessions? You're in the wrong place for that. This might seem like a ruin, but... Well, actually, it is a ruin. Though it's not on any list of recommended ruins for tourists yet. Fine, then we'll be leaving now. Wait, you've heard of the new Fontaine Research Institute, right? If you're leaving, can you do me a favor and go there and find Chisare? But we're not going there. Then what am I going to do now? I still got work to do, and Mayarday's prototypes were broken. I need someone to haul them back as soon as possible. Maybe we should help her out, Harima. Oh, wonderful. Since you're willing to help me, I'll leave the recovery of the punch tapes to you, too. No problem, I got this. This way I can have the commission cost reimbursed as a research materials recovery expense. Really? You sure that's okay? As it is indeed helping our research work, it is completely justified and legitimate. Of course it's okay. If it's questionable, the request will be rejected by the administrative staff anyway, in which case I'll just cover the commission cost out of my own pocket. Do you often do things like this? Not personally. I don't know about anyone else, but I've heard stories before. Never mind. It's not something outsiders would be interested in. There are 3 punch tapes to recover, or there should be only 3 of them on the shelf. They should be pretty easy to find. Thanks for doing this, you two. Meanwhile, I have to check the prototypes again, since it's been a long time since they were last serviced. It won't be fun if they go haywire. Alright, then we'll come back after we get the tapes. These are the tapes we're supposed to recover, right? Yes, these are the ones. You guys are so efficient, not sloppy in the least. Something as easy as this? No way we're not finishing that in a jiffy. That's still commendable. I'm not exaggerating when I say some of my colleagues could squander a whole day just to find one simple thing. Though let's not speak of that now. Please bring the punch tapes back to Chisare. And tell her I won't be going back just yet. Oh, and let her know to get in touch with Mayarday and let him know he should recover the prototypes here ASAP. Okay, so Harima, shall we go back the way we came? Oh, that won't be necessary. You two can dive, right? There is actually a waterway you can use. It was sealed to prevent accidental falls. I can open it back up. That will be great. Let's take the waterway, Harima. The terminal to open it is inside. I can do that alone. You'll be fine getting out of here on your own, won't you? You won't get lost? Of course, don't underestimate us. Paimon is the best guide in Teyvat. There's no way Harima is getting lost with Paimon around. Good. Thanks for delivering the message and the punch tapes for me. Hope you don't mind if I don't show you out. Alright.
Hello? About Miss Sigewinne.
You describe what happened to Chisare and give her the 3 punch tapes.
I was just mulling over whether to go check up on her, so that's what happened. Thank you for the update, and for the punch tapes, too. It's surprising that Mayarde's prototypes can still move, and that Sigewinne is still working in such a dangerous environment. I'll talk to the administrative staff about arranging the recovery, and see about the possibility of expensing it while I'm there. That was quite clever of her. It's up to the administrative staff whether or not to reimburse it in the end, but I'll pay it for the time being. Anyway, thanks for your help. Here's your pay for a job well done.
Alright, well now that quest is done. Alright. Oh, yeah. So we can do this. Up.
Add Astra. Thank you for complete. Add Astra.
Alright, well, I think we'll go ahead and flip on over to Chaos Child. Follow the light to where it ultimately leads. Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, so. Let's see, last time I streamed this, which was just yesterday, Arimura... yeah. Arimura got introduced to the newspaper club room for the first time, and somehow Arimura tried interacting with Kazuka while she was there, and she actually managed to get Kazuka to speak. She said like, what, 4 words? And then that was it. But yeah, Kazuka actually spoke. So you missed a momentous occasion if you weren't there yesterday. Yeah, I think that's about it, really.
Na, 帰りどっか寄ってこうぜ。
Oh yeah, and Arimura didn't actually know that Riko had been caught, so I guess Takaru had to inform her of that. 3 days had passed since the attack by Riko Haida. There had been no new events with the case. The police were probably still investigating Riko Haida. They hadn't announced anything else. There must have been some kind of censorship in effect, because the TV shows had mostly stopped talking about it. The only people who were still talking about it were online. The wrong-siders at school seemed to have forgotten that a murder occurred in this very building.
Nani? ため息なんかついて。
Kurisu was looking down over me. Her injury from the other day still hadn't fully healed, but Dad had told her that she'd be able to go back to school, and so today she had.
別に何でもないよ。
そんなこと言って、どうせまた何か事件が起こればいいって考えてるんでしょ。
別に考えてないってそんなこと。
いいタクル、あなた命を狙われたのよ。いくら犯人は捕まってるとはいえ、まだ安心はできないのよ。それにあの時うなずいてくれたわよね。別に特別な事件を追っていなくても楽しいことはあるって。そのことを忘れないで。
分かってるって。
本当に分かってるの？だったらもう。
うるさいな。さっきから分かってるって言ってるだろ。そう何度も何度も同じこと言わなくったって子供じゃないんだからさ。
Knowing Kurisu, I was ready for her to be even more annoying, but...
そうね。ごめんなさい。
え？
I wasn't sure how to react to that.
そうよね。タクルだってちゃんと考えて行動しているんだものね。私が言い過ぎたわ。ごめんなさい。でもくれぐれも危険なことはしないでほしいの。お願い。
わかったってば。
Kurisu smiled weakly, took her bag, and left the room. What was that? It was throwing me off. I ran into Sariko when I left the classroom. Actually, she was probably waiting for me.
一緒に帰ろうかなって思って。
I didn't really say anything, but Sarika started walking next to me anyway.
見てたよ、さっきの。
クルスのことか。
ダメじゃん。のんちゃん病み上がりなんだからさ、優しくしてあげなきゃ。
そんなつもりじゃ。
That's right, I hadn't meant to hurt her. But Kurisu always had to be right, no matter what. She'd been like that ever since we lived together at Alba Dorm. Sometimes it was frustrating to deal with someone who was always right. After I'd made my promise with Kurisu, I was still watching the news and looking online, but I'd been trying my best to avoid doing anything else. For the past few days, I'd been staying quiet. I'd even canceled the club meeting for today, and I was trying my best not to think about how bored I was. But the way she said it, it still made me out to be the bad guy.
Oh? どうしたの?
忘れ物。
I'd been thinking so much, I got distracted.
悪い。ちょっと取ってくるから、先に帰っててくれ。
ああ、うん、オッケー。
I'd been spacing out lately. Maybe I was just too bored.
あったあった。
Even if I'd gotten in a fight with Kurisu, I still couldn't believe I'd forgot my Pokécom. Just as I grabbed my Pokécom and went to leave, I saw a familiar pair of blonde twin tails bobbing down the hallway.
Arimura?
She was tearfully walking down the hall with a group of several other girls. Were they classmates or friends from her club? It was the same group of girls I'd seen before.
てかさ、この前はるかが井上と歩いてるとこ見たんだけど。
うっそ、何それマジ？はるかって白井くんと仲いいんじゃなかったの？
ちょっとひな、いつの話してんの？白井くんの後に森本くんといろいろあったじゃん。
嘘嘘、知らない知らない。何それ聞いてないんだけど。
まあ、ひなはいろいろ忙しそうだったじゃん。うわ
ー、ショックだわ。
てかさ、私もそうやって男子にモテる方法教えてほしいわ。私は別に望んでやってるわけじゃないし。
知ってるって、あれは白井の方も悪かったって話じゃん。そうそう、はるかがいい子だってことはうちらがよーくわかってるから。よしよし。そっかー、世の中いろいろ動いてますな。
やめてよ、ババアじゃないんだから。
いやいや、私はもう若い人たちにはついていけませんよ。
何それ、ウケる。
ところでさ、いいの時間。やばー、ほんとだ。てか、いいのは行かないの？私はほら年だから、あとは若い人に任せて。
だからそれやめてって。じゃあまた。
オッケー、アディオスグラッシャー。
Evidently, Arimura wasn't going with the rest of the group. She watched them disappear down the hallway, laughing and chattering as they went, and then she sighed loudly. And then, as if she really was an old woman, she lazily put her hand on her shoulder and stretched her neck out. And then our eyes met.
チャオス、宮代先輩。
おう。
もしかして今の見てました？
今のってのはさっきの会話のことを言ってるのか、それともだるそうな態度のことか、どっちだ？
あっちゃー、まさか両方見られていたとは。失敗失敗。
She slapped her hand to her forehead like a bad comedian and smiled.
どうして行かないんだよ。
嫌だな、先輩ならわかるでしょ。めんどくさいからですよ。
Her happy tone vanished and she seemed genuinely annoyed.
みんな口先だけの上辺ばっかり。思ってもないこと言って楽しいふりして、ちょっとでも違うこと言えばそれだけで次からは仲間外れ。さっきのはるかって子は男子をとっかえ引っかえ、特に人の彼氏が好きですぐちょっかい出しては別れさせて、そのくせ人のものじゃなくなった途端に飽きてすぐにポイ。他の子はみんなそれにムカついてるくせに調子合わせて笑ってる。リエにしてもマキにしてもそう。はるかのこといい子だとか言いながら心の中ではそんなことこれっぽっちも思ってない。なのに顔では笑って適当に話し合わせて薄っぺらい友情ごっこに興じてる。ほんとバカみたいだし気持ち悪い。あんなやつらと放課後まで一緒に過ごすなんて考えただけで吐き気がする。
I'd heard Arimura talk like this several times before. Sometimes it had been directed at me. But it felt like she was more emotional now than she'd ever been before. Everybody told a lie or two, but if you didn't know when other people were lying, it was still possible to trust them. But once you knew when they were lying, once you knew what they were thinking under their smiles, could you still trust them like you did before? I didn't think I could. Maybe knowing if what you were told was true or not was a lot more painful than we thought it was. I remembered what Arimura had written for her wish during the school festival. Please let the truth be found. That tiny wish was a cry from her soul.
でも
Her voice was a whisper.
でも一番嫌いなのはそんな人たちの中で笑顔を浮かべてる自分。
有村。
Anyway.
なんてね。
She tried to go back to her usual self and give me a mischievous wink, but she must have realized that it didn't work. She scratched her head, looking awkward.
やだな、もうそんな顔しないでくださいよ。こっちが困っちゃうじゃないっすか。
なあ、一つ聞いてもいいか？
なんです？
なんで僕にそんな話を？
え？
僕と君はまだ知り合ったばかりだろ。ついこの前まではまともに話したってできなかった。そんな僕にどうしてそんな話を聞かせるんだ？
なんででしょう。
僕が君と同じギガロマニアックスだからか？
そうっすね。まあそれもあるかもしれないですけど。
けど
多分先輩が分かりやすいからじゃないっすかね。
分かりやすい？僕が？
宮代先輩って感情がすぐに表に出るでしょ。嘘ついたらすぐにテンパるし。
バカ言うな。僕は常にポーカーフェイスな男だぞ。そんなわけあるはずがないだろ。
ほらそうやって慌てる。
違う、今のはただ。
ほうほう、ただなんです？
It felt like the more I tried to respond, the more I was digging my own grave.
あ、いた。おーい、タク。
Sarika came back. She must not have gone home after all.
尾上？あ、なんだよ。お前も忘れ物か？
もう違うよ。タクが遅いから様子見に戻ってきたんじゃん。
Sarika ran up to me and pouted.
先に帰ってろって言っただろ。
それはそうだけどさ。ほらタク、今朝言ってたでしょ。そろそろスマホ買わないとって。もし行くなら一緒に行こうと思って。
Come to think of it, I never did find my phone. According to Shinjo, that Yamazoe girl had thrown it away. As for the photo, it was sad, but if it wasn't coming back, there was nothing I could do about it. I talked to Sarika this morning about how I needed to get a new one, but...
あ、ひなちゃんだ。
You just noticed her?
チャオス、セリー。チャオス。ひなちゃんも行く？スマホ買いに。
おいおい、何勝手に今日行くことにしてるんだよ。
違うの？
Well, whatever.
私は遠慮しとく。友達に会っちゃったら気まずいし。そう？よくわかんないけど残念。そんじゃ私はこれでドローンします。アディオスグラッシャー。
This time she posed like a salaryman ninja from an old manga and then skipped off toward home.
なあ、尾上。僕ってわかりやすいか？
She didn't hesitate at all.
どうしたのタク、落ち込んじゃって。
なんでもないよ。
I'd always considered myself inscrutable and mysterious, so that was a bit of a shock.
それにしてもひなちゃんって面白いね。
そうか？
タクだって楽しそうに話してたじゃん。
fun? Me? Talking to Arimura? Sure, that whole "you're going to be killed" thing when we first met scared the hell out of me. But when I actually talked to her, I found out she wasn't that scary at all. I was never really good at dealing with normals, in the common sense of the word, mind you, not the superior original sense. But Arimura felt different than the others. Part of it was that she was a gigalomaniac too, but the biggest reason was probably that she was always keeping her distance from other people. She kept a comfortable distance to avoid making anybody upset. She'd learned how to do it through long practice, and in that sense,
楽しいというか、まあ嫌じゃないのかもな。
そっかそっか。
なんだよ。だからなんで嬉しそうなんだ。
別になんでもない。それよりスマホを買いに行かないの？
やっぱ今日はやめておくことにする。
そうなの？なんだ、じゃあ先に帰ってればよかった。
だからそう言っただろ。
there still might be a lot of sumo stickers in town. I should stay put for a while.
つまんない。じゃあのんちゃんでも誘って会期祝いに甘いものでも食べに行こっかな。
そうしてやってくれ。クルスも喜ぶだろ。
オッケー。じゃあまたね、タク。
ああ。
Now then, maybe I should go home and read the latest edition of Cool Cat Press, which Gen brought me yesterday. Alright, hold on, I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I'm back. 2005. Smiles. There were always smiles in Arimura's family back then.
ほら、ひな。口の周りにクリームついてるぞ。
嘘、お兄ちゃん取って。
しょうがないな。ほら、取れたぞ。
ありがとう、お兄ちゃん。
ひなえは本当にお兄ちゃん子だな。
そうね。でもしんごちゃんがひなちゃんの面倒を見てくれるから助かるわ。
これからもひなえのこと頼んだぞ、慎吾。
Mom and Dad were both busy with work. Sometimes they'd have to sleep at the company, and they didn't spend a lot of time at home. But when they were with the family, they always smiled. And Hinai had a big brother, too. Just having her brother by her side was enough for her not to feel lonely. She could and did believe that she was part of a happy family. For young Hinai, that was her whole family. That was what was true for her. One day, Hinai was bullied a little at school. It started with something small. Someone said that they lost the basketball game in gym class because of her. Hinai was a tiny little girl, and the big ball scared her. When they passed it to her, she ducked away. When her brother Shingo saw she was down, he immediately asked her,
どうした？もしかしていじめられてるのか？
Hinai shook her head.
違うよ。いじめられてなんかない。
She was embarrassed. She didn't want her family to know that someone was mad at her for something. So she lied. But her brother had known immediately that she wasn't telling the truth.
ひなえ、嘘はダメだぞ。嘘だけはついちゃいけないんだ。そんな卑怯な人間になっちゃいけない。
It was the first time she'd seen her brother look so strict. Her brother hated lies more than anybody. She'd been so impressed by her beloved brother that she'd sworn to herself that she'd never tell a lie. She couldn't grow up to be a coward. She wasn't going to tell any lies.
本当はね、私。
Hinai told her brother everything. That she'd been bullied at school, that it was over something that had happened at gym class.
だったら、兄ちゃんと練習しようか。
いいの？
当たり前だろ。上手くなれば、きっとみんなも怒ったりしなくなる。
With her brother's help, Hinai got over her fear, and the bullying stopped and her friends came back. She came to love her brother even more. But one day, Hinai realized that all her happiness was an illusion. It started when she witnessed her parents cheating. Four days had passed since we'd been attacked by Riko Haida, but there had been no developments in the case.
で、どうする？おい、聞いてんのかよ、宮代。
聞いてるよ。これからの新聞部の方向性だろ。
ったく、分かってんならそう言えよ。ボケーっと窓の外なんか見て気の抜けたあくびしやがって。
I was bored. It had been a month and a half since the Don't Look at Me case. So much had happened, and then everything had suddenly come to a halt. I wasn't sure how to handle all this peace and quiet. Part of me was hoping that there'd be some new development, and part of me was thinking that maybe this was just how it was going to come to an end.
まあ、女帝との約束もあんだろうし、しょうがないっちゃしょうがないんだろうけどさ。
別にそういうんじゃないよ。ただ何も起きなければ動きようがないってだけだ。
In fact, the whole madness with the sumo stickers was starting to recede as well. According to Sarika, all the stickers that had been covering the city had been removed when she'd gone into town yesterday. The government must have taken them down or something. Since just seeing them was enough to make me sick, I was pretty glad, but... I looked down out the window and saw an unusual pairing.
どうした？
いや。
ああ、なんだ。有村に和樹か。
珍しい組み合わせだなと思ってさ。
確かにな。でもこの前のことあっただろう。ほら、有村の勢いに思わず和樹がって。
When Kazuki had talked, huh?
そういや、あれはさすがの僕も驚いたな。なんたって初めてのことだったから。
だな。今まで笑い声は聞いたことあっても、喋ってるところなんて聞いたことなかったし。
Arimura and Kazuki were talking happily, but from here, I couldn't hear what they were saying, and from the look of it, Arimura was doing all the talking, and Kazuki was just shaking and nodding her head. But she didn't seem upset or bothered at all.
そういや最近仲いいじゃないか、有村と。
はあ？
What was he talking about?
とぼけんなって。この前も放課後に二人で楽しそうにしてたって聞いたぞ。
Sarika must have told him. God, where did she get these ideas?
別に特別仲がいいってわけじゃない。ただ有村はほら、言ってみれば同類みたいなもんだろ。だからそれなりに話したってする。その程度だ。
なんだよそれ、もったいねえな。
もったいないって何がだよ。
知らねえの？有村ってあいつ結構人気あんだぜ。
人気？人気って要するに男子の間でってことか。
だってほら見ろよ。見てくれだってまあそこそこレベル高えし、誰とでも明るく接するタイプじゃん。
それはあいつの能力が。
そんなのはどうだっていいんだって。みんな知らねえんだからさ。要は受け取る方がどう受け取るかってことだろ。
That made sense, maybe. Arimura was just trying to avoid making enemies, but on the other hand, that meant making friends.
にしても、お前ほんとそういうの疎いよな。それでよく人のこと情弱だなんだ言うぜ、まったく。
あのナイト、勘違いしているようだから一石ぶってやろうか。言っておくけど、誰かが人気だとか誰と誰が付き合ってるとか、そうした情報なんてこの壁宝学園というほんの小さなコミュニティ内での些細でどうでもいい情報でしかない。 そんなこと知っていたところで真の状況とは言えないし、ましてや物事の真実を見極めるような大舞台は待っていないぞ。せいぜいがギャルゲーの中での親友ポジション止まりだ。
誰がギャルゲーの親友キャラだ、誰が。
さっきのお前の発言なんてそのものじゃないか。
Oh my god, dude. This thing is so self-aware.
言われてみりゃ確かにそんな発言だったような気がしてきた。
ほら、どうでもいいことで落ち込むな。授業始まるぞ。
Ito looked really depressed for some reason. I tried to cheer him up, then looked back out the window. Arimura and Kazuki were gone.
タク、今日は部活あるの？
Sarika came by as soon as school was over.
特に何をするってのもないけど、一応部室には行こうと思ってる。それにしてもお前早いな。
お？うん。今日はなんか授業が早く終わったから。
まあいいや。それじゃあ部室に。
チャオース！
Now it was Arimura's turn to barge in. She opened the door as energetic as ever. At the same time, the whole class started to stir.
おい、あれ有村ひないだろ、2年の。
ほんとだ。俺ああいう裏表なさそうな元気な子って好みなんだけど。
つうか、うちのクラスに何の用だ？
宮代先輩は、あ、いたいた。
Everyone was surprised to see her walk straight over to me.
はあ、嘘、マジで。
つうか、なんで宮代みたいなやつのとこに。
Delusion? Well, well,
宮代
well.
先輩、チャオス。
No, wait. I think we want to overwrite this actually, right? Yeah. Let's overwrite that one. And we will do a positive again. What Ito had been saying was evidently true. I could feel all the boys in the class glaring at me. It kind of made me feel superior.
あ、セリも来てたんだ。チャオス。
チャオース。
At some point, Sarika had started copying Arimura's greeting.
ところで、有村までどうしたんだよ、わざわざ。
やだなあ。私がここに来る理由なんて一つしかないじゃないですか。
One reason?
タクル王子、お迎えに上がりました。
王子？
What was she talking about?
やはり記憶をなくされてしまっているのですね。では仕方ありません。説明を。
説明なら私がするよ、タク。
おのえ。
実は今まで黙っていたけど、私たちは地球より360万光年離れた惑星ギガローマからやってきた宇宙人なんだよ。
The hell?
そしてタク、
あなたも。
僕が宇宙人？
そう。惑星ギガローマは6つの王国に分かれています。そのうち5つの国は女系国家、そして唯一男性がいる国がタクル王子、あなたの国なのです。
クルスまで何言ってるんだ。大丈夫か？気は確かか？
信じられないのも無理ないよね。でもこれは事実なんだよ。
Bro, what is she doing there? Even Kuno Sato? Wait, that's not what Kuno Sato's personality is like. What's going on here?
私たちはね、それぞれの国のお姫様で、あなたの妃の座を射止めるために留学先であるこの国へとやってきたの。けれどタクル王子、あなたはこの星へやってきた時にこの町で起きた地震に巻き込まれ、記憶をなくしちゃってたんだよ。
Ugh. I don't know why, but I'm feeling kind of tired right now. Shouldn't be.
ちょっと待て。唐突すぎてついていけないんだけど。
私たちはみんなあなたの記憶が戻るまで待っていたわ。けどそれももう限界。そろそろ相手を決めてもらわなきゃ。私たちの国がギガローマの星そのものが消滅してしまうかもしれないの。
Well, definitely ain't gonna be you, Kuno Sato.
タクル王子、私と結婚してほしいかも。
Marry me, maybe.
カズキ、お前もか？
私だって結婚したいです。
Bro, come on now. I mean, technically, Uki is not too far from Takaru's age, but bro.
山添まで？
分かっていただけましたか、タクル王子。分かったのなら、私をあなたの将来のパートナーに、そしてその証に熱い口づけを。ちょっと待ってよ、のんちゃんだけ抜け駆けしてずるい。タクと一番仲いいのは私だもんね。えタクは私のこと選んでくれるよね。
いや、ちょっと待って。選ぶも何も急すぎて何が何だか。
そんな、宮代先輩は私のことが好きなはずですね。宮代先輩。
いや、
待って、その人は私のものなの。
そのキャラ違和感ひどすぎるんですけど。
私のかも。
いいえ、私のものです。私のタクだもん。
私のです。
違うわ、私のよ。私の
Oh, come on. God, we gotta go back around again.
私のだもん。
私の
私の
待って、みんなもっと落ち着いて。
Everyone was looking at me.
誰を選ぶの？
Ah, what do I do? Nothing, because it was a delusion. How stupid. A prince? What the hell is wrong with me?
先輩、聞いてます？
ここに来た理由だよな。
例の件、なんか進展あったかなって。
いや、特に進展といったものはないよ。
ありゃりゃ、そうっすか。残念。
あれ？でもタク、今から部室に行くんじゃないの？
まあ、一応そのつもりだけど。
じゃあ、ひなちゃんも一緒に行けばいいじゃん。え？だってタク一人じゃつまんないでしょ？
一人って、尾上は来ないのか？
私は休養があったのを思い出しちゃった。
そっか。
ちなみにのんちゃんは生徒会の仕事で、しんちゃんも今日は用事があるって言ってたよ。
Come to think of it, the two of them had disappeared.
そういうわけだから、ひなちゃん、今日はタクのことお願いね。バイバイ。
あ、セリ？
Sarika left the room before anyone could stop her. What was she doing here? Just me and Arimura were left.
別に尾上の言うことは気にしなくていいぞ。なんだよ。
先輩、忘れてません？私の能力のこと。
What was she talking about?
まあ、先輩も一人で部活ってのも寂しいでしょうし、しょうがない。付き合ってあげましょう。
おい、別に僕は寂しくなんてないし、付き合ってくれとも言っていない。
Or did I actually think I'd be lonely there by myself? No, but that's...
はいはい、わかりましたわかりました。それじゃ、レッツゴー
Arimura wrapped her arm around mine and dragged me out of the classroom before I could protest any further. Seeing the jealousy in the other boy's eyes made me feel kind of good.
あれ?
When I got to the club room, I was surprised to see that someone was already there.
あれ、花。なんだ、来てたんだ。
Kazuki was playing her game like always. When she saw us, she nodded slightly.
なになに？何やってるの？また演出？演出ってそんなに面白いの？ そっか。だったら私も今度やってみよっかな。
おいおい、嘘だろ。
Kazuki smiled? I'd seen her laugh when she found something funny on the night we'd stayed over for the school festival, but I'd never seen her smile so happily. Actually, she'd been talking to Arimura yesterday, too.
なあ、二人ともいつの間にそんなに仲良くなったんだ？
いつって、先輩も知ってるでしょ？つい最近ですよ。話してみたら意外と馬があったっていうかねえ。
Maybe since Kazuki didn't talk, it was easier for them to get along. Maybe they made a pretty good pair.
それにしても普段どんな話をしてるんだ？
別に普通ですよ。普通。学校であったこととかプライベートのこととか昔の話とか。
It looked like Arimura's expression clouded for a second.
まあいいじゃないですか。それより先輩、事件のこと。一応昨日の夜例の刑事さんから連絡があったんですけど。
何か新しいことでも分かったのか？
なんにも進んでないっぽいです。ほんと警察って肝心な時に役に立たないですよね。
そっか。
From what Shinjo had told Arimura, the underground facility at AH Tokyo General had totally disappeared. That in itself was a big development, but it also meant that all our clues were gone. And then there was that Uki Yamazoe girl. They were looking after her at that Frisia place, but all she did was cry. They couldn't get any information out of her, or even get her to explain who she was. Since Arimura had brought it up, I was hoping there'd be some new development. I felt a little let down.
言っときますけど先輩、だからってまたいろいろと探り回ったりはしない方がいいですよ。それと例の能力ですけど、まさか使ったりしてませんよね？
言われなくても大丈夫だって。
Things were calming down and we hadn't been attacked since then. But that didn't mean the case was over.
ふむふむ、どうやら本当みたいですね。じゃあいい子いい子してあげます。
I knocked Arimura's hand away.
やめろって、こんなことで嘘ついたってしょうがないだろ。
でも一応念を押しとかないと、これ以上知り合いがあんな目に遭うのは嫌ですからね。
By that, she was probably referring to Kakita. Kakita was investigating the gigalomaniac, she'd said. He'd suspected that some huge organization was involved, but whether they were responsible for the crimes or if it was all that Rico Haida person, I didn't know. Either way, it was probably a good idea not to do anything until I knew.
それより先輩、いい加減連絡手段なんとかした方がいいんじゃないすか？今みたいな状態じゃ何かあった時に困るんですけど、ほら、今の私たちって一連卓勝みたいなもんじゃないっすか。
In this together, huh?
どうかしました？
別に。でもそうだな。確かにそのうち買わなきゃなとは思ってるよ。
I couldn't stay without a phone forever. Without one, I couldn't call for help if I needed it.
よし、じゃあ買いに行きましょう。日曜日に決まり。
は？何勝手に決めてるんだよ。そもそもなんで日曜なんだ？
その方がいろいろ息抜きもできるし楽しいでしょ。
楽しいでしょって、もしかして一緒に来るつもりか？
だって私もたまには息抜きに遊びたいし。
それなら友達と遊びに行けばいいじゃないか。
先輩が言ってる友達というのが私がよく一緒にいるクラスの子たちって意味ならまっぴらごめんです。
なんで？
楽しくないんだもん。
Wait, she already explained this. Like, yeah, it probably wasn't a lot of fun if you knew when the people you were talking to were lying to you. Wait.
それって裏を返せば僕とだったら楽しいって
ほら、先輩は私の能力のこと分かってるじゃないっすか。それだけでこっちも気分的に楽なんですよ。
She was right. I couldn't lie if I knew she could tell when I was doing it, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to keep it up. That was exactly how I was acting around her right now. But didn't that mean that she could have fun with anybody who knew about her power?
だったらせっかくだし尾上も誘って。
Suddenly, I felt a light impact on the back of my head. I turned around and saw that Kazuki had given me a chop to the back of the head.
おい、いきなり何するんだ。
Oh, so that's it.
分かったよ。和樹も連れてけって言うんだろ。
What was going on?
尾上は誘うなってことか。じゃあクールスカ伊藤。
Kazuki's raised fist landed straight on top of my head. Evidently, she didn't want me to invite anyone.
じゃ、そういうことで日曜の正午にハチ公前でアディオスグラッシャー。
有村。
Both Arimura and Kazuki had vanished before I had a chance to stop them. Sunday in front of the Hachi statue. I didn't really have any plans. I wanted to see if the sumo stickers were gone too, so I didn't mind going. But shopping? Just the two of us? That sounded like a date.
デート。
Maybe... Ugh. Even after coming home, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I've been practically forced into meeting with her on Sunday. I was going out shopping with a girl. Seen from the outside, would that be considered a date? But if going shopping with a girl made it a date, then I'd been on plenty of dates with Sarika and Kurisu. But... a date was supposed to be the kind of thing that Cool Cat Press wrote about. That was a little different than what I'd done with Sarika and Kurisu. When I went out with Kurisu, we were always going grocery shopping and stuff. I was just there to hold the bags. You couldn't call that a date. And Sarika would just tag along whenever I wanted to go somewhere. You couldn't call that a date either. What was the exact definition of a date anyway? Two members of the opposite sex meeting at a designated time, the dictionary said. Which meant that maybe all the things I'd done so far weren't dates, and what I was doing Sunday was... But wait, I couldn't get too far ahead of myself. Even if I thought it was a date, if she didn't, I'd end up looking like a fool. But still, if Arimura did think it was a date, and I couldn't escort her properly, I'd still look stupid. Minamikata's column in Cool Cat Press always said that a man who couldn't make a woman happy was scum. Scum.
大丈夫。僕はリア充だ。
If it was a date, it would be good to be prepared. And if it turned out not to be, I could just change my plans. If I could just get all the how-to knowledge crammed into my head.
こういう時、女の子は誘っている。
No.
女が喜ぶテクニックのすべて。
No.
モテボディの作り方。
No. Where was he? He always showed up when I didn't want him, but now that I needed him, he was nowhere to be seen.
あ、いた。ケンさん。
おお、タクか。なんだ血相変えて。もしかしてお前も一杯やりたくなったかい？
そうじゃなくて、あれの新しいのない？
あれってなんだ？
だからほら、いつものクールキャット。
ああ、あれな。どうだろうな。
あるなら欲しいんだよ、明日までに。
明日まで？それは無理だな。
そう言わないでさ、頼むよ、俺なら弾むから。
October 18th, Sunday. The clock read 3 minutes to noon. I checked the time, took out a bottle of Mountain View, and took a big gulp. If I hurried, I could make it to the station in 3 minutes, so there was no need to panic. I cleared my head and opened up the March 1999 issue of Cool Cat Press that Gen had rushed out to find for me. Your first date, a real man's choices. This was the article I'd been looking for. It had all the know-how I needed for my first date. Over the last 2 days, I'd gone through this and every other issue of Cool Cat Press to prepare myself. I was now the most normal of normals, the ultimate normal, you could say. And this is what my normal database was telling me. Arrive late. Not only would being late keep her in suspense, it would also heighten her excitement for the events that were about to occur. I checked the time again and it was noon exactly.
よし、そろそろ行くか。
I took the long way around Shibuya Station and headed for the statue of Hachi. And there she was. I remembered the phrases I'd read 1,000 times last night as I got close to her. You run up to her out of breath and say, "I'm sorry, did you wait long?" And then she'll say, "No, I just got here." Cool Cat Press, March 1999 edition.
Ah.
ごめん、待った。
遅い。
え？
何やってんすか先輩。女の子待たせるとか超ありえないんですけど。
え？あ、いや、その。
こんなところで待たせてナンパでもされちゃったりしたらどうしてくれるんですか。さっきだってもうちょっとで声かけられるところだったんですからね。
This didn't make sense. Cool Cat, what's going on?
振り返って睨みつけたらどっか行っちゃったからいいけど、あのままだとすっごく嫌な思いするところだったじゃないですか。
ごめん。
まあいいです。次からは気をつけてくださいよ。
はい、わかりました。
That one just didn't happen to work out. Next time it would work for sure.
そういえば、その服なかなかいいな。
Cool Cat dating tip number 2. Praise her outfit. Every girl loves compliments. Her clothes, her hairstyle. It doesn't matter what, just tell her it looks good.
あれ？この服、前も着てましたけど？
そうだっけ？
まったく、それって全然私に興味ないってことじゃないすか。ちょっとショック。
そんなことは。そういえば髪型、前髪切った？
切ってません。
It failed again. What is going on, Cool Cat?
そんじゃ行きましょっか。
そうだな。それじゃあまずはあれ。
Arimura had started walking before I could say a word.
おい、どこ行くんだ？
どこってスマホ買いにでしょ？
え？
先輩のってどこのでしたっけ？それとも DU？ ハドバン？どっちにしてもこっちですよね。
Tips. Hard bump.
あ、ひょっとして格安のシムフリー端末ですか？だったら。
あ、いや、こっちで大丈夫だ。
そうですか。じゃあ行きましょう。
Arimura nodded and started walking again. That's right. I'd been so focused on the word date that I'd forgotten why I'd originally come here. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here tonight. Alright, well, I'll be back tomorrow night, and, we'll do Celeste again. Followed by, Chaos Child. So, have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow.